You want shirts? I got shirts.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in today's video, we're going to start a new series dedicated to discussing each game activity in detail, and today we're going to start with the campaign. I have done videos like this in the past, but they're kind of messy, they're not very succinct, and they don't provide as much information as I hoped that they would. Now, before I get into the content, the outline for this video was provided by NextersGlobal from an article they published earlier last year. So I'll have a link to that article in the description box below, which will link you to all kinds of fun educational articles that I base a lot of my videos on. Now, the campaign is the first game activity that our new player gains access to. It's the primary way that the game's story is told to us. On top of that, it's also a way to gain heroes' equipment, experience potions, hero soul stones, and guild activity. So there are several chapters in the campaign, each represented by different seasons, if you will, and each chapter contains a number of missions. There's two types of missions in these chapters. There's the regular missions and the heroic missions. Heroic missions are a little different than regular missions in that they are indicated by this little hero's icon above the hero node. And completing them allows you a chance to gain that hero's soul stones, which is a step above what you can gain in the regular missions. And we'll talk about what you can get from completing missions in just a second. Unlike regular missions, which can be completed as many times as you want, as long as you have energy, heroic ones can only be completed 3 times per day. You can, of course, buy additional completion opportunities for emeralds, depending on your VIP level. We're not going to get into that here, though. Some of these heroic missions include a boss fight, typically at the end of each chapter. And you can tell which missions are boss fights by whether or not they have a large monster here in place of the mission node below the hero's icon. You'll need energy to complete missions. Regular missions start off requiring 6, and then they scale up as the chapters go on. And heroic ones, I believe, start off with 12 and go up to roughly 30 energy to complete, or more. The deeper you get into the campaign, the more difficult the missions, the more expensive the mission is to complete. All right, so kind of keep that in mind as you are grinding for heroic soul stones or grinding for equipment for your heroes. Each mission shows beforehand the enemies involved, how much energy it's going to cost to complete that mission, and the rewards involved in completing that mission. You can choose whether or not to complete the mission in manual mode or in auto mode. So if you have heroes that have great team synergy that require their ultimates to be fired off at the same time, this would be the best time to practice doing that. All right. The missions have 3 stages or waves of enemies where you'll need to defeat all of the enemies consecutively without rest. It may be wise to save energy at the end of the second stage for the final stage, or maybe you need to use that energy to heal up your team for that final fight. But the important thing is the energy and health will carry over between each stage, but once the mission is complete, for better or worse, your hero's health and energy will start at full the next time you start another mission, even if it's this same mission. Completing a mission for the first time will require you to complete all 3 stages, and it will require you to complete all 3 stages until you get a 3-star rating. More on ratings in just a second. You'll gain the option to complete the mission instantly using the raid option if you can complete the mission with a 3-star rating. And here are the different types of raid options. You can raid once, which is available from VIP 1. You can raid a mission 10 times, which is available from also VIP 1, and 3 times for heroic missions, of course. And then you can raid a mission as many times as you have energy available, which is available at VIP rank 5. All right, so let's talk about those star ratings. All missions can be completed as many times as you'd like, and each mission has its own indicator of how successful your attempt was. And this is where that star rating comes from. So if one hero dies in battle, that's a 2-star rating. If 2 or more heroes die in battle, that's a 1-star rating, even if you complete the mission. All right, completing the mission without losing any heroes will earn you that 3-star rating and will let you raid the mission. That is, complete the mission by clicking the button instead of having to fight through all 3 stages. All right, so let's talk a little bit about mission rewards. The first reward is guild activity, and probably the most important as you play the game, contributing to your guild's overall effectiveness. And guild activity is related to how much energy was used on the mission. So even though a mission is requiring more energy, you are getting proportionally more guild activity than you would if you did a mission with less energy. Of course, a mission with less energy you can complete more often, so it ends up being a wash. The second possible reward is gaining heroes equipment to promote those heroes through their color rankings from gray all the way up to orange and into red if you're on Facebook. And on Facebook, supposedly, using the raid times 10 option will grant you at least one item from each type mentioned in the rewards list. I've heard many reports that this actually isn't the case, and I'm not sure if this is the case on mobile, but at least this was a change that went into effect, I believe, late last year. The third reward is experience. So when you complete the 3 stages of a mission, completing the mission manually without doing the raid version, the heroes that you use in that mission will gain experience towards their level. However, when you use the raid option, that is clicking the button to complete the mission without actually having to complete the 3 waves, the hero experience that you would have gained is substituted for experience potions instead. And I believe it's a 1-to-1 equivalency. Could be wrong, but let me know in the comments if I'm incorrect there. So you can use those experience potions on any hero instead of the 5 that you would have used to complete that mission. Great for leveling up alternative heroes. Finally, on heroic missions, the final reward is the possibility of earning a soul stone for the hero that's featured on that mission. Now, each mission, like I mentioned earlier, each heroic mission can only be completed 3 times per day without spending extra emeralds. So using the raid times 3 option instead of the raid times 10 in the heroic missions is supposed to guarantee at least one of those hero soul stones. Whether that's actually the case, I'm not here to debate. So in the future, I'd like to discuss a bit more about how to defeat the various bosses at the end of each chapter. The Furnace of Horror, the Kraken, see more at the end of the Facebook game. So let me know in the comment section down below if you have any particularly strong strategies against any boss in particular, or maybe if you completed a video about how to defeat that boss. Link that in the comments down below as well, so we can take a look at that. But I do have a video that I did whenever I was trying to defeat the Chapter 8 boss, and I'll go ahead and put that up on the screen now. So check those out if you're in the mood to watch a little bit more about it. But I will get to that one, and I will get to the other activities in the game as we go through this video series. Excuse me. It's been great chatting with you guys again. I love you all, and good luck in Dominion.